Hello, hello, hello. All you beautiful people out there in the internet land. This is the one and only singing, dancing DJ, Sandy K. And today, as you can see, I got my hair all gone, ready to donate it. I got it all packed up. I just haven't got the post office yet, but I'm going to send it to Ohio this time. And today, my grandson and I made some mixed pickles. Now, I put a video out here about mixed pickles, and my granddaughter helped me, the chef, professional chef, but she wasn't here long enough Sunday to do it, so I had all the stuff, and I ran around all over the place trying to find some lids, canning lids. You can't find them nowhere. Everybody's sold out. I said, that blame, I need to go south. They have more canning in the south. Maybe I can find some down that way. But we had enough jars to make a bunch of mixed pickles today, and it was so much fun. Today, my grandson was very kind to me, respectful to me, and asked more questions so he learned more about canning. For instance, he asked me, well, now, how do you explain the sealing part? And I showed him the little rubber rim around the lids of the canning jars and how those sunk in a little bit. So when you tightened it up, it tightened it real tight. And that, it would pop up once it sealed. And that's the little rubber was what helped it seal. And I believe that was right. I'm not sure, but I'm sure they got a video on Canon on YouTube somewhere. But that's how my family did it, and that's how I learned it, and that's the only thing I knew to tell them. But he was kind enough to help me clean up afterwards. He swept the floor for me after I'd done spilt stuff all over it. It's a lot to make a mixed pickles. You got to mix all those vegetables together. But I got smart today. I didn't mix them in that big old pot that I used to heat the water in to sterilize the jars before I can, because you got to do that. If you don't sterilize your jars, your mixed pickles won't be good. So you have to sterilize your jars and your lids. And so I got this big old pot, this real thin pot, and we just use it for that. Put hot water in it to sterilize the jars. And so he helped me, because see, I'm not strong enough to pull the jars up out of the hot water, because you have to do it with a thong. You can't just put your hands down there in the hot water. So he was strong enough to take the thongs, and just pull it up. And so he helped me do that. He helped me sanitize the jar lids and sanitize the jars. And of course, I'm gonna have to do laundry and clean up all the towels that I used in the canning and process. But Angela has this. My daughter has this real wide aluminum pan, that you buy, to roast stuff in, but it's real long, and she buys it in quantity from Costco, I guess. So she had a bunch of those, and I took one of those, and I took that cabbage and put it lined out, and then I took them green beans and lined them out there, and then I took that corn and lined it out there. Then I took because you make mixed pickles, according to how your taste is. Some people, you might want to put something different in it than I do, but they call mine Nana's mixed pickles, because I added this that somebody else liked that I liked, and that somebody else did that I liked, and then I added something of my own that I like. Instead of using, I used to put some pinto beans in mine, because the green beans didn't have enough protein. I needed protein, because I can't eat a lot of meat. So with the mixed pickles, I get the protein and the vegetables and everything. And then I added hot pepper, because my family seemed to like the spicy. So we do that. And I took red beans instead of pinto beans, and it seems to have more protein in the red beans. Pardon me, allergies. Take a drink. So anyways, we did that, and we got them all canned up now. They won't stay here long, because if they don't come get them, I eat them. So I tell them, I made them, they're ready, come get them. They don't, I eat them. So I ate most of the ones I made last time, except I had enough left to make dinner Sunday night with the mixed pickles, and they had one jar that they let my other granddaughter take home with me. And so I had enough jars today to make, I guess, about, six maybe quart jars, and then some small jars. Um, but then I could have made more because I had some more, um, not quart jars, but pint jars. But I didn't have lids for it. You can't seal it without the lid, so they disappeared somewhere. And so then I had some jars that I had bought some pickles in, like the pickles that you buy in the store, but it's in glass jars. You have to get the glass jars. You can't get the plastic jars. You just can't pickle stuff in plastic jars. So you get and I had some of those that I'd kept for canning, so we put some in those. So it was fun. It was really fun. Well, I'm beat now, though. I tell you what, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work in that. You had to do the chopping, and you had to do putting it in the jars and the sanitizing. And those poor people back in the mountains, they used to can everything in the jars. Green beans, we can green beans, we can corn. Every year we can stuff. And some people even can potatoes in it. Cook potatoes and can it. So in the wintertime, when you just you maybe ain't feeling good and you want some potatoes, but so they jar those. I don't ever jar potatoes, but some people do. And canning's a big thing right now because with this pandemic going on, people don't really want to go out that much. I only go out when I have to the store. And when I go out, I try to make sure I get what I need, so I don't have to go out too often. And then when I do come back, I wear a mask when I go out now, and I would recommend everybody to do that. Highly recommend everybody to do that. It don't cure it. People go, does it cure it? No, it don't. It slows the virus down from transferring faster than we can control until we come up with an antidote or whatever. So, and you have to come up with the antidote safely. You can't just go and say, okay, this mixture of this, mixture of that, and it ain't nothing but a bunch of drugs. Think it's going to work. It ain't going to. So, anyways, it's healthy. So people are starting to can now. Where I went, I was out of canning supplies. I'm going, Lord, I guess maybe I would love to own a bigger piece of property so I could grow everything, can my green beans. They're better than store-bought canned green beans, but I like Del Monte better with the green beans that I cook in my mixed pickles, because Del Monte, for some reason, don't cook them all the way, but the ones I bought today, they're just too cooked. You don't cook them that much for mixed pickles, and so Del Monte is the best ones. I should have got those, but I'll get those next time. Yay for Del Monte. Anyways, sitting here waiting, though, looking forward to the vice presidential debate. The presidential debate was kind of like it was a pitiful play of a first grader bully trying to grab all the attention. And it was disgusting, really, the way whoever was in charge of that just let it run away like that. I would have, if it would have been me, and I was a DJ on the radio before years ago. But if I had been moderating something like that, and that started in, I'd say, look here, we ain't gonna play this. This is your rules, because that was his rules. The one that got bullied. The bully, not the bullied. Biden was not the bully. He was bullied, and I don't like bullies. But I would have said, we don't play first grader games, so we're just going to end this, and Biden, you're free to go home. And that's what I would have done. That's what I would have simply done. And if people have been doing it all along, and not give him that TV coverage they've been giving him all this time, he wouldn't be as crazy as he is right now. Of course, he might be, because he's probably on all them drugs to begin with. Shouldn't have been in office to begin with, I don't think. But this is my opinion. You vote for whoever you want to. You vote for whoever you want to, Republican or Democrat. You shouldn't be prevented from voting. I was, and I didn't like it. And it shouldn't happen to anybody. So, don't matter. Just go vote your heart. But stop and think before you go vote your heart. And look around, don't watch just one news channel like Fox. I don't watch Fox at all, but I'm not saying you can't. But just compare other channels and see what's going on, and then compare it and look at the person's demeanor. Okay, you can tell a lot about people whether they're lying if you just watch their demeanor, which is their countenance, their facial expressions, their like if they're getting angry, you look at their face and it gets all red and stuff. You know what I mean? Their demeanor. You watch people. You know when they lying. You can look them in the eye and just tell them flat out, "Hey, you lying to me." I've done it. So I'm just sitting here waiting for the debate. So I want to just put that out there. This is the one and only Singing Dancing DJ signing out. Oh, before I go, I hope to God whoever I send that hair to in Ohio, God bless you all. And it's for wigs for kids, and my hair has some gray in it, so they may even use it for somebody else too. But God bless y'all. Prayers going out to you always, always. Lost family members with cancer, and my daughter was the first one that survived cancer in my family. It was a curable kind, and she lost her hair, was losing her hair, and we took some methods, and she didn't lose all her hair, but it just broke her heart when she was losing her hair. My sister, she died of cancer, and she just hated when she lost her hair. She did. I offered her mine, and she said no. I don't want yours. But I've been donating. I've been sending to Florida, and then I found out that they've been selling it. I'm not sending it to Florida anymore. I'm gonna send it to Ohio, where they make wigs for kids, and they have a guarantee that they're not going to sell the hair. They're going to give it to the people make them a wig. So I don't have money to give. I don't. If I did, I would gladly, but I don't. So, well, my hair didn't cost me nothing, did it? So, you know, um, my sister said my mom's rolling over in grave. I don't believe that. They didn't know my mom as well as I did, and I think that she would have thought what I was doing. She might have said, just don't shave it. But I wanted to treat my scalp because I'm losing my hair and I've got some kind of dandruff that's, making it not grow back. And I want to treat it for the dandruff and get rid of that before it grows back, and it grows back healthier. I'm hoping. But if it don't, it don't. I just have to be ugly old me with no hair. Ugly enough as it is with these wrinkles. But it is what it is. What can you do? Do what you can. That's what you do. You do what you can, show some kindness, some compassion. And I've been really mean and mad lately. I don't like me like this. I don't, but don't go be pushing people around. And when you mess with somebody that I think highly of, and I will speak up. I will always speak up for what's right. And it's got me in a lot of trouble in my life. It's got me beat up, and let's just say when you tell the truth and you do stand up for what's right. If there's a lot of cowards around and they don't stand up for what's right too, you kind of take some beatings, and I took a few. In my younger days, I learned to be a fighter because I was bullied because I was small and poor. If you're poor in this country and you're tiny, you've got trouble. And if you're a woman and you're tiny and you're poor, it's even more trouble. And there were people picking on a little boy who had a speech impediment, not his fault. He was born, and had surgery. And that really made me mad. And stand up for people, and do not make fun of autistic people and people with disadvantaged people, overweight or anything like that. They're dealing with stuff themselves. And everybody out there that's disabled, disadvantaged, autistic, mongoloid, or whatever your disadvantage is in life, from my heart to yours, I'm praying for you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll just send the good thoughts to you. Just good thoughts, Y'all be safe out there. Wear a mask. And ta-ta. Singing, dancing DJ, Sandy K, signing off.